Are we podcasting?
Are we podcasting?
I think we are. Thank you for joining us. The hashtag I Mom So Hard podcast. You can listen to us anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also find us on all of those social things, the Instagrams and the Twitters and the tweeters and the TikToks and also if you want to see this and also this handsome gentleman that's sitting next to me, you can look at our YouTube.
That's right. And please go to imomsohard.com. Look for where we're going to be doing our live show in a city near you.
We're coming to you, and it's always hard to leave my babies, but we're excited to be on the road. Hey, we have a special guest with us for exactly 3 minutes so he can go back to playing his Brawl Stars game. I'd like to welcome Finn Sweeney.
What up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about
What are we going to be talking about?
climate change.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty relevant.
Just joking. There's a new Brawl Stars skin. And
We're not talking
New Brawl
about
Stars skin.
that. Finn, can you quick tell me, how do you really feel about the drink Prime? Let's be honest. Let's give
boy.
it a real review. How did it come to be, and how do you really feel about it?
I wanted to like it.
Yeah.
I wanted to like it so much, but it's
Gotta
so
talk
bad.
in there. Talk in there.
It tastes like medicine.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to like it. I wanted to like it so much.
Let me interview you here for a second. Have you tried the watermelon?
Yes, that one's kind of good.
It is good, right? Because
Yeah.
you know why? It doesn't taste like watermelon. It's like
I know.
fruit. I don't know. It's good. Okay, that's the only one I can do. The rest of them.
I don't like ice pop.
Okay, I'm tired of talking about Prime. Can you ask him questions that make him compliment me now? Please,
Okay.
thank you.
Finn, what is your favorite thing that your mom does as a mom? Like that makes you feel really special and good?
She
Talking to the mic, dude.
wait.
Oh, he's no.
what does he do? What
does
you
she do that makes you feel
Cook
good?
food. You make
Aw,
good food.
now that's acts
Make
of
good-
service. That's a love
make
language.
good food. Make
Yeah.
good food.
Yeah.
What? Psst, knock it off. Okay. What do you think makes me attractive, like pretty?
Your left nostril.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you so much.
1,000%.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Finn, will you please do your imitation of me when we're in the car? You just did it the other day. Oh, what do I say when you ask me if you can see certain movies from billboards?
I don't know.
Really giving him a beach ball here, and he's doing nothing.
What
Okay,
are you
do your
asking
favorite
to do?
impression of me.
Probably on AGT when you're watching it, and you see act of a kid that's been struggling, and you, oh my god, it's so sweet. Oh my god, and he sings so well.
Wow.
We're
Accurate. Whoa.
Glad to know I have
Finn,
feelings.
do you have an impression of Miss Jen?
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Mainly when we're like all together, she's like, everybody come around, let's have some food. I got so much stuff to be planned.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true. That's
It's
pretty accurate. Yeah. I like it.
All right, Finn. I'm gonna let you go back to playing Brawl Stars.
Yeah.
Hold on, don't run out so fast.
He's gotta leave. He's busy growing and
Yeah.
outpacing me.
By the way, this podcast is
You've got to talk. into
this
the mic.
podcast is sponsored by
Not Prime.
Supercell.
Better help.
Okay, bye. Better help.
It
is
might be.
right. It might be.
Thanks,
Bye,
Finn.
Fanny, I love you.
That door's hard to get out of.
Good job. Okay, be careful.
I love you guys, Sam.
That was nice.
Yeah, but how hard is it to talk into a microphone? God,
I don't know. I find myself
Gee,
turning
Merry
and looking
Christmas.
at
It was like
you.
just everywhere.
It's a skill.
It
that
is
we're
a skill.
taking-
I'd like to know, like everybody to see that this evidently is not
Hey,
easy.
Grandma, what do you got all these tissues out for?
Oh God, sorry. You know what I gotta tell you? I'm trying out the new what?
Your eyes match your jumper exactly.
Is that good?
Sorry. She's got like a little like mint green blue like jumper on and her eyes match it. Incredible. Pretty.
Great. Ew, don't be weird about it. I'm wearing. Ew, ew, ew.
I'm trying to rub
I'm
her
wearing-
arm seductively and she won't let me, you guys.
This is not the time. When we have a hotel room with a hot tub in the floor, that is the time. Those are
Okay.
rare opportunities.
You
I feel
heard
like-
it here first.
I have to say, I'm trying out. I'm such a brand loyal bitch. Like, if there's something that I've loved, I've been using it
That's
for
true.
20 years.
That's true.
I've been using the same foundation on some level, Lancome Longwear whatever that has evolved over the years
Mhm.
for 20 years. And I just tried House Labs Lady Gaga.
Oh, uh-huh.
Because it has such a good review, and I gave it a shot, and I feel like I'm slimy. It's like it's
Oh.
very nourishing to your skin. I see the appeal, but it makes my makeup smear down more than ever. And
Okay.
I like my readers go on and I go, "Brrr." Like
Oh, yeah.
it,
Yeah.
I don't like it. So this is why I don't change.
I-
Because I'm never happy when I do.
I think that's a good idea because the only things that I've ever consistently worn, no, that's not true. I've worn the same Lancome liquid liner for 30
The
years.
mascara I'll never.
Yeah. But I switched like probably 7 years ago to Clinique foundation
Yeah.
and it works for me. And I was like,
And you tried everything.
I've
you
tried
literally
everything.
tried everything
Yeah.
because you had that fancy stuff and you
So
were like,
now-
not worth it.
today I got to go back and get it because everything else turns me into a pool of
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe my skin's changing, or I don't know. I guess I just need something a little bit more matte. I don't know. I'm gonna use this, because I'm not gonna waste it. I'm just gonna be greasy for a while. But I'm so excited about today's topic. It's super weird. Okay, so when I was getting my master's, I'm 2 classes short. For education, I had to take this really hard test called the CSET, and my division, whatever, what do you call it? Emphasis was English.
You're okay.
It's also what my undergrad
I-
minor is in. So like,
I just want to give that a second to breathe because
Yeah.
I think you can figure out the irony.
and also
you're
the
wrong
outcome.
about it.
If
Okay.
I'm talking about a test. So I had to take this really fancy test. It was similar to the LSAT, which is the test to get into law school. I was just trying to be a teacher, and I had to take this fricker like 4 times because it was so hard. And
Your teeth are so white too, Kristen.
what is your deal?
I don't know.
Why is
Have
it
I
because you're wearing
told you lately that I love you?
No,
I don't know. I'm
It's
just
because I'm talking
noticing.
smart right now, and you're into that.
You know I'm into that.
I'm talking smart.
All right.
So I took the CSET like 4 times because it was that hard. And one of the things you had to learn about was etymology, which is the root of words and how to
Origins,
like
yeah.
the origins of words. And every word or like phrase or thing that we've used has sort of like a historical map inside of it. And I think it's so cool. It's like decoding a word based on how the
Yes.
word is built. And who knew, but I became this big dork about etymology and all of that. And I think
Yeah.
it's really cool. So today we're talking about like our favorite words or phrases. And words that I think that I know that you use are words that I use, which I think is, there are just some words that Jen uses that I'm going to keep like wiping my nose because I think it's this
I know.
foundation.
Grab
Okay,
a
hold on.
fresh tissue.
Jen,
This reminds me of my Aunt Juanita's Chrysler LeBaron. It was like littered with tissue at all time.
I don't know. I'm that person. I'm not. My mom's desk would have just like tissues on the side because she had allergies, and I was like,
Yeah.
gross. And now I'm like, here, look at my snotty little
It doesn't.
napkin.
It doesn't gross me out really. I just want to clean it up, and then I'm like, nope, I don't want to touch that.
Right. It's fair. Gross. I'm disgusting. And it's full of foundation. Okay, so here, I don't know how you want to do this. Like, if you had to say, if you had a favorite word to use, what are some of your favorite words?
Oh,
Not cuss words. We'll get to that.
oh,
Just
okay.
regular words.
I don't know why this is a thing, but I've always enjoyed the word rain slicker.
Okay.
I
Not
don't know
used a lot
why.
by you.
I don't say it that often, but it's like I think it's a fun word to say.
That is a fun word
and
to say.
I always like milk it whenever it's like it's raining in Southern California. I will definitely say to my kids like, "Don't forget your rain slicker." And, sometimes
that's
I'll
fun
say,
too.
"Don't forget your rain slicker."
Slicker.
Yeah.
It's fun too because that's regional. So it will be like windbreaker, raincoat, rain slicker. Are
Yeah.
you wearing, we used to laugh all the time if somebody was like, are you wearing your rubbers?
Oh, your boots.
Your
Yeah,
boots?
because
Your
also
galoshes?
yeah, they call those your wellies.
Your
in the-
wellies?
Yeah.
If you're fancy and rich.
Oh, if you're they call them that in Europe.
Oh, that's what I mean. If you're fancy
Not
and
everybody in
rich.
Europe is rich.
Well, I think they are.
They are fancier.
They're fancy.
Yeah.
They have
Mm.
literally Brits use like 300 more words than us in their daily like lives. 100% fact. They use better words. And I just want you guys to note how easy that just came out of my mouth.
I know. I
That's
know.
the thing.
We have these
They got
friends.
fancy words.
We have these friends that are British, and like I feel like they speak the King's English, and I speak redneck.
I
Like,
mean, no, I'm definitely outside going, could we speak to the Queen? Like
Yeah.
they're like inside having tea, and I'm like, well, you come out, check out on us, will you?
Yeah, I'm worse than Cockney.
Yeah,
I'm
I am too.
I'm
Well,
like,
that's my people, and we're fine with it.
I know. I can, and my husband, who's East Coast, he says weird things that I don't get, but he is relentless about. And this just came up.
Oh yeah, they get oh boo.
He hates how I say things. He definitely, well, I've mentioned it, hates how I say the word striped, which
Or anybody or anyone or anymore, which I feel like is 100% accurate, and that is vernacular of our people.
it does confuse people if you're not from the Midwest. But my brother texted just this weekend, and he said, he goes, okay, I didn't know I did it, but I said striped when I was describing. And I do think it is
I
like
didn't say
specific to
striped.
clothing.
But I don't know if I ever. But we do say boatin', and we say anymore. Like anymore, I can't go to the mall and find a parking spot.
Yeah, it's not used in the negative. It can be used in the affirmative.
Yes.
And that just blows people's minds if they're a real waspy
Yeah.
set from back east. They get, and I also say Korea wrong. It's Korea.
Yeah.
What else do I say wrong?
Maybe we should stop.
It's,
I just
Kristen's
feel like-
embarrassed, you guys.
No, there are times like what? What was it? You said that one time, and I was like, "Dummy, that is not how you say." Oh, you know what it is? It's kismet. That's how you said it. It's kismet.
You know what?
It's kismet.
You know what word Kristen says that we are both from Nebraska, and I don't ever say
What?
this word. Happen to.
What are you talking about? I've never said half.
You said it today. She says, like,
Half into.
I ended up having to.
Yeah. Is that not a thing? I ended up having to go to the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's having to.
It's you know what it
But
is?
it's
It's
having
verbing
to.
a word so you don't have to use too many words. Verb the word, it makes sense.
But did you see how she was like, that's
No,
foolish.
there's-
I don't say that. Yeah, I say that. I say that exact same thing. Yeah. She's like, now
But
I
when you said
understand
it in the right context and you used it properly, I was like, now that makes sense that I used that word.
Half and two sounds like a kind of a sofa that you would have bought, like a chase.
At IKEA,
I
I
left it
got
on
a
the
half and two. I got it on a
Ooh,
half
those-
and two.
Half and two. I have to get a new cover for it.
My
Yeah.
dad always says, Dewey always says, I got to tell you. That's before
Oh, yeah.
everything. I got to tell you.
I gotta tell you.
I
yeah.
got to tell you about this thing.
Yeah.
And then I think you say interesting
Yes.
instead of interesting.
My
I
husband
find
goes
it
crazy.
interesting.
I think
It's very
so.
cute. That
I
you
got to
said
say
that.
this too. If you're new of a listener, I had trouble with my R's well into my. How old am I? Into my 40s.
I'm not going to say that number.
especially
I'm
after
your
a couple
friend.
drinks. But I
32.
had to do speech like into the 5th grade because I couldn't say my R's. I think it's because my dad was from Rhode Island, but there are some words that I have to think about saying to make sure I get my tongue to do the right thing.
Have you met me?
Yeah,
I'm
we
the
both.
Lispius. I literally went
Hmm.
to speech therapy in college because I was undiagnosed sort of my whole life because we're from the 80s. So like if you can walk and talk
Yeah.
kinda and you're fine. There's nothing about you that needs to be fixed. And I'm like,
Well-
I spit on everybody and I'm real lispy.
I had a Rhode Island accent in the middle of Nebraska, so people were like,
Just moved to Rhode
She-
Island. Problem solved.
"That would have been totally fine."
They would have been like,
there,
"She
they were
fits
like,
in there."
"We got to get this, work this out
Yeah.
of her."
Yep, the R's are a hard sound.
Yeah,
I have the hardest time with the word. My word that I struggle with, and it's ironic because it leads to some wonderful conversations with my husband and I, is I cannot get the word condescending, condescending,
Nope.
condescending,
Sending.
condescending,
Mm-hmm.
condescending,
Condescending.
condescending,
It's a condo, and you're sending mail. Condescending.
condescending. You say it much nicer than my husband, who is at the time being
Condescending you.
condescending.
Yeah, I
and he
get
says
it.
it's not condensation. And I'm like, well, you're being a dick.
Does he say that in the heat of an argument? Because I think you could murder someone for less than that. Like,
Yes.
Fuck, man, I hate that when you're
Yeah.
arguing with
And
somebody
someone-
and they criticize the way you say something like,
Yeah.
you're so dumb, you say words the wrong way. I say words wrong because I have a speech impediment. This is how much we appreciate you listening to this podcast, you guys. This is how much we appreciate it because we know we sound like idiots and you still listen.
Listen, in all fairness, this is how dorky my husband and I are. We love the conversation we're having right now. We will deep dive. We will deep dive for hours the top 100 movies that we need to see.
You and your husband?
Yes.
Oh, I love
And
this.
the origins of either words or sayings and try to figure them out
Yeah.
on our own, which is
Oh.
the dumbest thing. So I did find some cool ones and I wanted to okay, so I'm going to give you an example of how one can break down a word into with etymology and you can see where it's from. Okay,
Oh.
so the word spinster, okay? S-P-I-N is like spinning, like weaving.
Yeah.
So that is considered at the time a woman's job. Spinning, weaving, baking, all of those were considered female jobs.
Yeah, that makes
The
sense.
end, S-T-I-R, was a delineation of it being a female job. So if you were a
S-T-E-R?
yes, so if you were spinning and you were a spinster, you were doing a female job. Does that make sense? So the
Yeah,
stir
yeah.
indicated
I-
that the job that was being done was a female job, so done by
Sure.
women. So putting those two together, spin and stir,
Oh, double
spinster,
insult. You're double-
became that you were like, you should be working. And if you were a spinster, you should be working alone. So that's where the idea of like you're a lonely spinster.
Oh.
It's because if you don't have a husband, you should be, the only other thing you should be doing is working, which don't they fucking know that now we're like self-actualized women and we can travel and have friends and lovers. And thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'll be
good
a spinster.
point.
That does not feel bad anymore.
I got confused. Or
well,
here's
this
no,
is
no.
a bevy of
No,
things.
no, no. Here's where my head went when you said that. Because I do wonder where words come from. So sidebar, I love like Latin roots for words
Yes.
to find out like because you
Spelling
can
bee
kind of
shit.
figure
You
out
can.
like a lot about what a word means if you're unfamiliar with it. But so I wondered like, well, why is monster,
Oh, fun.
right?
Mon, as in,
Singular,
Mon-
right?
yeah.
Mono.
That's what I
maybe?
would think. Mono and stir, woman. There you go.
Single woman is
Single
a monster.
woman. She's a monster.
Oh
We
my
just-
God!
What did we just do?
All etymologies to put
With
women
in
down.
there,
It's
yeah,
incredible.
to be an asshole. I'm critical.
Ah,
She's a
makes
spinster.
sense.
She's a monster. Whatever. You know what? Dating in those times, not easy.
Hold on one second.
Everybody's dead.
I have to find this.
There's a bug killing me. I've got another one.
Okay.
You want me to give you that one or do you want me to wait?
Uh,
I think this one is easy and weird, but I think it's fun.
okay.
The
Give me one.
term goodbye. So all like adios, like it's derivative of God. Like all of these back in the day, you know, now we're doing it.
Mm.
Handmaid's Tale was always like God be with you,
Dio,
God.
God.
Yeah, Dio. So goodbye started out with God be with you.
Mhm.
And then because we street it up, we street the language, it was like God be you, God be you, God be you, God boy, God goodbye.
really?
So it became all the words like jumbled together, and what you were hearing, the audio of that good God be with you turned into goodbye. So like it was over the course of time, which I think is really cool. So like in Shakespeare times, there were literally like 4 different versions of goodbye that sounded
Mm.
like God be with you. And it was like
Mm.
in the middle of the genesis of where now we say goodbye, which is actually supposed to be sort of like a salutation through the Bible, if you will.
Interesting, because I always thought it meant like we leave on pleasant terms.
Yeah, it
like-
does.
Yeah.
It does. It's like a, you know, whenever you're like, peace be with you at church.
Yeah, but I thought it meant like because you know, like shaking hands is
Yeah.
to show you don't have a weapon.
Yes.
So I thought like if I say goodbye, it means like this was a nice
Yes,
interaction. It
we've
was
had a full experience
yeah,
together.
it was a good thing.
Right.
Not
I can say goodbye with lots of subtext.
because the other it's you. If it was bad,
Go fuck yourself.
fuck off. Yeah,
Yeah, fuck
exactly.
right
That's
off.
Where that yeah.
If you ever want to deep dive the word fuck, that is a wonderful experience. I didn't do that because I didn't think we have time for it.
Yeah,
But
I'm sure.
we have, my husband and I.
It's
It's
supposedly for unlawful
right.
No, not for
It's a
unlawful
verb,
carnal
it's an
knowledge. It's for
adjective.
fornication without consent of the king.
Yeah, that spinster's like, fuck yourself, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work my own job, make my
Yeah.
own money. I don't have to deal with anybody
the
beating down my
spinning wheel's
door.
got an attachment that I
Yeah,
don't need.
I don't
your
need you to
consent
notice
use, buddy.
anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make myself happy. Thank
Okay.
you very
This
much.
is so fun. What else?
Okay,
What else?
okay, I've got one. This one is really cool. I actually took some notes because I wanted to make sure that I said them right. And also, my husband's so into this. Look at these. These are from him. But we're
This-
dorks. We do this. This is our thing.
I love that.
I know it's really dorky. Okay, so I like this one. In the term, okay, you were just saying bury the hatchet.
Hmm.
Okay, so like we would shake on good terms. Bury the hatchet is from Native Americans, and when they were done fighting, they were like, "We're not going to fight anymore." They would literally bury the hatchet, as to
Love
say, as
it.
a symbol of we are no longer going to fight. We are going to bury our tools. I love that one. Okay, so let me see if you can come up with.
Okay.
Oh, that's a hard one, but I've got one. Ooh, I think you'll be able to get this one. Do you know where the term cut to the chase comes from? Besides me telling my husband to get to the point because I don't want to hear about all the different departments.
Get to the exciting part of a movie.
It
maybe?
is.
It is. Okay.
It has to do with editing. It has to do with like when in old movie production, when the executives were looking at the movie, they were like, there's too much fluff, like get cut to the chase. And there was
Okay.
always like back in the early movies, a car chase
That's
was like
cool.
the thing.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was too, or like it was
Yeah.
older than that or not. But that's the only thing I could think of. Okay,
I got
love this
another
game.
one for
Okay,
you.
Okay.
Okay, this one's fun. Put a sock in it. That's not talking about pants. Put a sock in it. I'm going to give you a clue. I'm going to give you
Okay.
a hint. Your dad. Music.
Oh, to mute like a musical instrument?
Yes. Yes. So
Ah.
it's basically when you put a sock in it, it had to deal with old gramophones. And Jen's dad was huge into like all
Huge
of
record
audio
players,
equipment stuff.
yep.
And if they didn't have volume control, they would put a sock. You know, like the big
Fun. Yeah.
the big tortoise or shell looking thing that
Yeah.
amplified the music. They would put a sock inside that to sort of as the movie was playing or whatever they were doing to give it different levels of sound.
Yeah.
I love shit
That's
like
I love it.
this.
That's awesome.
This one I love, but it's pretty intense. The whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards. Okay, let me think for a second. I mean, 27 feet. So what would that
Very
be?
smart, Jen. That is
Um,
literally how you, I mean, that's how you're going to break down getting this right.
That must be like a farming measurement or something like that.
It's a measurement.
It's just to
Dang
make sure
near
that you
close.
weren't cheated or something.
You're close. It's
Okay.
whole 9 yards. It's comes from 27 feet of bullets in World War II and the machine
Ah.
guns. So if the gunner fired all of the bullets at one target, he gave them the whole 9 yards.
Oh wow!
So I just love this shit. Is this what we should do this for trivia night on a live?
absolutely,
This is fun.
That's fun. You want to know one that's horrible?
Yeah.
But I just was talking about this yesterday with somebody who's like a family friend of ours that's like studying sociology and
Yeah.
all this stuff and is in like a master's program. And the rule of thumb,
What's that?
on Sundays, you weren't allowed to beat your wife with a stick bigger around than your thumb. But other days, go ahead and use whatever because
I
it was
use that
a
expression
it was
all
a
the time.
fucking holy day. Can you believe that?
They're mostly creepy. They are
yeah,
mostly creepy.
yeah.
Blood is thicker than water is meant to the opposite. It was not meant the way we say now blood is thicker than water. We take that as your family
Nothing can get
is
between
more
you.
important.
Yeah.
Where what it really meant is blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the womb. So bonds through loyalty and shared experience is stronger than family ties. If that's not a way to get people
Whoa.
to fucking go against their family, do you know what I mean? Like
Oh my
you're saying
gosh.
you've devoted yourself to the throne or to the king, that outdoes your devotion to your family.
Well, that's like a mob thing too,
It
though.
totally
right?
is.
Because it's
Yeah.
like your family.
Your
is,
family.
Your mob.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Some of them are so dark.
They're so dark.
Oh my
But they're
gosh.
cool. On another note, I think you and I both share this. Like, we'll do more of these when we do trivia night because
Well,
I
we
think
have
those
a
are really
lot
fun.
of words that other people, you can see them go like, meh, because we're from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Besides anymore, right?
Any more supper?
Okay, so let me
My
explain
mom
this
calls
to you.
supper lunch supper.
That is what, so it's breakfast. And if you are from the South, Midwest, if you are from the South, it is breakfast. Your midday meal is supper. That's your,
You think that's like there was never lunch? We had lunch in school. We never call. I think supper is like 3 or 4.
supper.
Isn't it?
Supper is your midday meal and it's your big meal if you're a farmer. And
Oh, yeah,
then,
you'd be right because that would be.
then at the end of the day, you have dinner.
Yeah,
So
my parents call it supper both, and I think they're wrong.
I think they're interchangeable, but like if I would say the word, my grandma would say that too. And if I would say the word dinner, she'd be like, "Well, I'm not fancy like you."
I know. So does my mom.
Yeah.
I go. Well, I think we should have dinner somewhere around. She's like, "Oh, we're having dinner, are we?" I don't know about your lifestyle.
Oh,
You know,
God.
Terry and my lifestyle.
Yeah. Oh, no. My mother-in-law said one time, she goes, we were traveling with them, and she's like, "There will be nights you'll have to dress for dinner," and I'm like, "Well, I always
Always-
wear clothes. I'm
yeah.
not that." And she was like, "That means you like men have to wear a jacket." So I had to buy
She's-
Dash a jacket.
She's so lucky that it wasn't me because I'd be like, "You mean cutoffs and a white
sleeveless shirt.
white tank top with no
Yeah.
bra?" Just, I mean, that's
You-
as much as I
You
need
know
to
my
dress where I
father-in-law
go.
would have really been
Yeah.
into
What
that.
up?
These
What
two,
up?
they've
Check
got
out these.
they got
Saga-
love.
What
Yeah.
up? What up?
Okay.
Okay, I was going to say the other thing that I think is really fun, and I think one of the reasons, this is my own hypothesis, big word, is I think that we as women, I think we really like true crime because there's an entire vocabulary that's involved that makes you feel really smart and really a lot of ownership to the story. So if
Mm.
you're a true crime enthusiast and I'm a true crime enthusiast,
Mhm.
and I use words like recanted or
Mhm.
luminol
Mhm.
or a surveillance.
radio spectacular.
Yeah, or forensics,
Mm.
or you even get
Blood
into
spatter.
the like all of that activates parts of our brain that I feel like we just don't get to use as often. And when we hear true crime stories and there's context clues and it's not easy to follow, but it's not like you're listening to somebody talk about quantum physics where I'm like, do we share the same language? It's cool. It makes you feel smart. It's fun to learn those words. I find true crime to be one of those things that I just want to keep educating.
I do like to know the words of things, and specifically because I love like antiques and old stuff. I love old words, which I have some.
Ooh, that's fun.
I have some to
Ooh,
share
this
with
is
you.
This is a good trivia night.
But like, so I have always said I want to have a butler's pantry.
Okay.
Okay, you have to cut right here because I have to think of what it's called now.
Oh, you're talking about like, fun. You're talking about words that denote like architecture or
Yes,
like things that we've
that we don't
changed.
have
Oh,
anymore.
yeah.
So what's it?
I mean, there was a whole time there was like a servant's quarter and servant's
Well, yeah.
entrance and like literally like back hallways for people that were not supposed to be seen in the main house. That's a whole thing. It's so dark, but I kind of want one of those houses because it just means there would be secret pathways.
Oh God, hold on. You got to look this up for me because I just learned this.
What is it?
It's a prep kitchen, like a cleaning kitchen.
Well, now they're all the rage. Everybody's
I
taking
know,
their
but it's
big ass
I've-
kitchen and making a second room to prep in there. No thanks. I want to be with everybody. I already feel like I'm doing a lot. Is it a scullery?
yes.
Ha!
Okay, it's a scullery. I never heard. I've heard scullery made.
Well, that has to do with scullery made.
Okay.
It has to do with a ship, right?
It's a scullery kitchen. It's where all the dirty stuff happens in your kitchen. Which this
So
is.
you keep food fresh.
Yeah, this is
Copy.
perfect for me because my problem with like open design plans like is sometimes
We're all
I'm
getting
like,
a little tired of that.
I'm like, I want the dirty stuff hidden when I have people over. Like, I want to set the dirty plates and not feel like people have to do them. I want
Yeah.
to be able to prep food, like have stuff out and not have. So they used to, old houses had a scullery where you would wash dishes. And
Yeah, there would
prep
be a
food.
second kitchen.
Yeah. So a butler's pantry, I've been saying it wrong. That's where you store all of
the
your
dry goods.
dishes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, and then there's like a store, like a pantry.
Right.
But a butler's pantry is for all the serving items.
Right. Listen, what we're talking about right now is
I need
people
3
with
kitchens.
money.
Right.
I
And
got
also
one
want-
kitchen that cost me everything and I'm super happy with it and there are no extended rooms.
But I love those old words.
Yeah.
Like I love to know like what a our friend Bridget texted and was like, "Hey, I just saw this on cuz she and I love antiques. I saw this on Facebook Marketplace. It's a set of 4 like plates with 4 matching cups, not like a teacup set. It's like a long plate."
Are they juice? Are they for juice?
No, I go, she goes, "Is this a good price on it?" I go, "No, that's called a snack set, and they're really easy to find. They're like, I probably
Oh, have fun. So that you didn't overload the plate.
Yeah.
And they would give you the
So you could
serving
set
size.
your tea or your coffee, and then have a place for like. Your
If
little
you've ever
sandwiches
seen a
when you-
juice glass from that era, it's no wonder our parents were like, you don't need a whole glass of orange juice because like juice was hard to make and it was expensive. So you got like a shot glass of juice, just enough to keep away scurvy. And
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, I love those. Like I love those little. I have some of those little teeny juice glasses, those antique ones, and like the little egg holders.
Oh,
which
those
probably-
are cool.
And I love like salt cellars is what they're called.
Yeah.
I just love all those really specific words. But I have some words and you can guess them, okay?
Okay.
There's this article that I love and I'm sure that you love. Sometimes you can find these like bigger lists of these, but here are 8 Old English words we should bring back. And
Okay.
This is from
Ooh,
Langia,
ooh.
which is okay.
Okay, fun. Okay.
I'm going to say it wrong, so give me a chance. Okay. Perindinate. Perindinate. What do you think that means?
I would say pair as in 2. Perindinate.
Perindinate. Perendinate.
Perindinate. Verb.
Mm-hmm.
Perindinate. For some reason, part of me thinks it's something about like pushing in, like permeating.
yeah.
Like getting in.
That makes sense to me. That isn't what it is, but I get that because you're thinking.
I
of,
don't
like,
know.
It's to constantly put something off to forever plan to do something tomorrow.
It's procrastinate.
procrastinate.
Oh,
yeah,
that's interesting.
It's just like evolved or something
Yeah.
from then. Okay.
That person didn't create that word. They procrastinated. So then the other guy made a word because he had his shit together. Now we use the word procrastinate. And perindinate's like, fuck, if I just would have had my shit together, everybody would be that.
Okay. Speaking of that, you'll like this word.
Okay.
Fudgel.
Fudgel. It's to
Fudgel.
make a mistake. To fudge is to
Yeah.
make an error.
Kind of. You'll let-
Fudgel, is it the verb tense?
A verb.
Fudgel.
the act of a true master pretending to do something while in fact they're doing nothing. Fudgel.
Oh, he
That's-
fudged it. He fudged it. Yeah.
But I've never
Cool.
heard like,
This is fun.
isn't it?
Okay.
Okay. Peg puff. This is me.
I think that
Peg puff.
sounds like something furries do at a get together.
You puffed that furry.
You pegged it. The peg puff. Peg puff. I mean, it makes me think there could be a literal term, like something to do with like puff of smoke or puff of, is it like smoking something? A peg puff?
No, it's an insult. It's an insult to a woman.
Oh, about her hoo-ha? That's rude. Could you do that back
I'm
then?
not going to peg my puff. You talk
Yeah,
to me
yeah,
that
fuck
way,
you, buddy.
No.
Oh.
A young lady who behaves like an old one. I was expecting a party, but she invited me over for tea instead. What a peg puff.
Peg puff.
Prude.
Yeah, but I wonder what peg. It's like, it feels like something
Like maybe
old.
like a
Peg puff.
stuck in a, I don't
Yeah,
know.
funny. Okay.
Okay.
Give me one more.
Another one. Number one. We should use this one too. Okay. Not number one. Sorry. Grumbletonians.
My mom's Dutch family.
Could be.
Grumbletonians.
An electorate that is unhappy with the current government.
Oh, you know why? Because they hubbub.
Hubbub, hubbub,
Grumble.
hubbub.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
They do. I went to Parliament in London. It was really cool. Also very steep. and I was very pregnant. And we went in, and there was a big to do about Ireland at the time. So we heard him do the hubbub, which is like somebody from the good statesman is speaking from the house of whatever, and they go hubbub, 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 hubbub.
Just to
And you
drown
think
him
it's-
out?
Yeah, you think it's like total bullshit, but like they really do have this, like they're wearing the wigs and they're
Yeah.
like hubbub, 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 hubbub.
Yeah.
And it's so what is that word again? Grumbletonians?
Grumbletonians.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
I
that's
love
like
that.
grumbling at the like that feels like you would put two like an elite and a grumble together and come up. Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
give
fun.
you 2 more because they're delightful.
Is this a game show?
Maybe. We called it Don't Anybody
Don't-
Else Take
TM,
It because
TM,
it's ours.
TM,
It's
TM.
ours. Okay. Lanspreadado. That guy's a Lanspreadado if I've ever seen one.
I definitely feel like it's in the world of vanity.
Hmm.
Maybe
This
not.
one, there's no clues in like
Lans-
what it
can
is.
you
I
spell
feel
it?
like Lanspreadado. I think
Maybe
it's probably
before. Is it
seems like it could be made off a Shakespearean name or something.
is it
you know, how some-
land? No? What is
No,
it?
Someone who on purpose shows up with no money every time. Don't
Is
we
it
all
my
know
brother?
Lanspreadado?
It's my
That's
bro?
a Matthew-dato.
No, I'm just kidding. He shows up with money and pot. Just
That's
also
why he's a good
li-
time. Okay, here's the last one. I'm definitely going to say it wrong. Calipegian.
Calipegian.
And this is a thing. It's a noun.
Yeah, I know. Calipegian. Pigeon. EON.
Oh wait, no, but the synonyms are
Calipegian. I mean,
adjectives.
I was going to say, aren't you describing the noun? Like, or you're saying, is he a Calipegian, or
I would
how does
say,
a Calipegian look?
the okay, this is the example. This is the sentence it's used
Okay.
in. I'll give it to you. Some LA family we can't quite keep up with has made Calipegians quite fashionable.
Ooh. So it's a thing.
Yeah.
Is it a like a
Mm-hmm.
button or like a toe?
A butt.
It's a butt?
A well-shaped butt.
Hilarious. I'm sure there's some fun history
Keeping
of
up
that.
with the Calipegian.
I have that have
It
to do with
yeah.
like tails.
Or it's like a kind of people, like a
Yeah,
a
maybe
land
it's
or
a
something,
yeah.
like where
Like those
somebody can-
Calipegians are
hot
stacked.
man. Yeah,
They do a lot of squats.
yeah, big.
This
yeah.
is so fun. I
I
love
know.
it. Okay, so we're gonna make this alive. We're gonna do,
We'll do a game. Yeah.
and you know what else we have to do is
What?
a spelling bee. When we have to do it with cocktails.
Okay.
And you get a little boozy and you have to try to do a spelling bee because that's super fun and you get really confident and you don't
oh my
know
god,
any of
I
it.
know. I would totally miss very obvious
I-
letters if I had.
Can't spell anything if I'm doing it like without writing it down.
Oh yeah, so
like-
you're not allowed to do that.
But well, you can. I mean, I think in the National Spelling Bee, they allow you to like sort of like
Look at it and
Look,
see, like
I
write it
think you-
down and see.
I
if
don't
you-
know anymore. They used to, but now like, oh my god, this last word that this kid got, and he just like knew it. I was like,
Ooh. Oh,
enjoy
yeah.
being.
insanely
Smart.
intelligent. I know. I heard it too, and I was like,
I
"What?
was like, what's the root word? What's the root word mean?
what?
Where's the word that means the root word?
Alex,
Where's
I'll
that from?
take words I'll never use or say correctly for the Daily Double.
I'm telling you right now, I know who I am, and straight up, if I were on Jeopardy, I would murder the movie section, and then I would literally owe money for all of the others. Like Alec, I would like books for 1,000, and there's no chance I'm getting this. They're literally, and rest in peace, Alec, because you're fantastic. Okay, so I think I have a good mom box. Okay,
Okay.
so we just got back from basically Vancouver, Coquitlam, and
Very
from
nice.
Spokane. And
Both of those you said correctly.
Thank
so
you. Thank you.
Well done.
Can be pronounced Spokane, but that is not pronounced
that is
correctly.
the wrong
It
way
is
to
Spokane,
say it, and that's
spelled
fine. But you can say
Spokane.
things how you want.
Well, but if you are going out on stage and addressing a town to mispronounce their town, which I have done, is not awesome.
Well, my
they
mom-
don't find it funny.
Here's another Midwestern thing my mom would say is Spokane, Washington.
Washington or pictures. You're taking a
Pictures?
picture. You get a picture.
Oh,
I have a picture of
I'm
it.
having to
Like,
take
nope.
a picture.
Nope. Pitcher. That's drives me insane.
Also, you know what can separate where you're from? How do you say the thing you color with?
Crayons?
Oh, yeah, you say it right.
What do you say?
I said crayons.
Yeah,
My husband calls them crowns.
you're getting weird. Those are wrong.
I just
I'm
say
upset by
words
both
wrong.
of those.
Okay.
It's also a brand. So just saying.
Crayola.
Crayola crayons. No one says crayons. No one says crayons. I'm mad at both of you.
Crayons.
Crayons.
I leave out the O-N. The O.
Okay.
Okay.
This is an awesome one. So just to really quickly say, when things get tough and we're on the road, we go to these shows and it is like the greatest defibrillator for your soul to see women
Yes.
together. And then also those really wonderful nights when you have a really full meet and greet and you get to meet people and put faces to the names and there were these women that brought us t-shirts about
God.
the enema.
Yeah, they brought. You figure it out if you're a podcast listener. They brought us. It says, "My mom's so hard. Stay hydrated," and it is a peach emoji, a hose, and
A water
bottle.
And it gave me life.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies. They later bought us a drink. That was super nice.
Yep.
Lisa made us an emergency kit, and it
Had batteries and a vibrator in
It
it.
sure did, with a thing of wine and various other accoutrements.
Yeah.
And Jen has never been in a better mood.
I was early to my flight.
But it was
the next
all the
day.
little things. It was the hugs and the stolen moments where you're like, it just feels so fucking cool. And I think we always feel so motivated because with anything, there are things that are hard. Primarily social media in itself is the hardest thing to battle. But when we feel kind of kicked in the ass a little bit, we go to one of these shows, we meet people and we're like, fuck yes, man, this is the coolest thing we ever gonna do. And so this was a message from, oh God bless, I gotta make sure, from, I'm gonna say her name wrong, Adania. I think it's Adania.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my gosh, y'all are amazing. My friends and I were able to make it to your show last night in Spokane, and we laughed so hard that we cried and peed a little.
Yes.
I recently retired from the military, but my husband is still active duty, and unfortunately, we will be relocating in less than 2 weeks. Your show was a great send-off and a goodbye for us. I'll miss my best friend, and we related to you so much that it was bittersweet at the end of the night. Thank you for all the laughs and the reminder of what mom friendships really are. And then she sent this cute picture of her and her besties, in front of our poster, which always blows my mind. And it's just, I don't know. I just think people take time and write us messages, and it makes me feel all sentimental. And
It does. And I'm always, it's always shocking in the best way and sweet that people usually will send you a message when they're going through something. And it's like that they take time when they're not feeling great to make us feel great.
It's exactly what makes women so powerful and so awesome.
Yeah.
I have to say, one of the greatest moments was we were in the meet and greet, and that mom said, I show my kids, they're teenagers, I show my kids your videos, and I just want to show you this video. So she showed us a video of her daughter who sent mom a video, and it was of her going, it's not
saltwater, Jen. And she screams it from the back seat all the time. And I love it so much.
I mean,
nothing has made me happier.
That just feels like mic drop right there. Thanks for making us feel so cool, ladies. And thanks for sending in your messages. And
we love them, moms. Don't stop sending them. I think we podcasted.
I think we podcasted too. Bye, you guys.
Hang on for that game. It's coming your way.